Hello and welcome back, visionary leaders and change makers. You have come a very long way in understanding the funding world, from what funders care about to the key trends and priorities shaping grant opportunities. This is the Module 2, Lesson 4 of our grant writing training for beginners. And this Module 2 is on understanding funders and the funding ecosystem. And in this Lesson 4, we are going to be doing a real case analysis by breaking down actual call for proposals. We've talked about this in from Lesson 1, Lesson 2, and in the last lesson, Lesson 3, we've talked about the trends, and we're going to go ahead in this lesson to break down, to understand from all the lessons that we've been learning from the lesson 1 to 3, putting them in the practical use in this lesson. So, in this lesson, like I've said, we are doing a real world breakdown of actual call for proposals. That is call for proposals CFPs. So these are the public announcements where funders lay out what they want to fund and what kind of organizations should apply for them. All right, so we're going to analyze two or three call for proposals. One from an international donor, one from a corporate CSR, and one from a local foundation. So by the end of this lesson, you will know how to, number one, identify the true priorities behind a CFP, and also you will know how to match your proposal to their language. And lastly, you will know how to avoid the traps and that many beginners fall into. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. So, we're going to head over to grantdatabase.org, and we are going to continue with the example that we were taking. The example that we were working on previously. So that's exactly what we are going to do in this course. So recently, in the lesson 2, I mentioned this call for proposal. Okay, let me open it up. This is a call for proposal. Okay, now this is a call for proposal from an international donor. Like, I will try as much as possible not to make this video too long, so that we can be able to make the best use of the training. All right, so now this is a call for proposal. Look at the title, call for proposals. Now, it is not necessarily important to start it from call for proposal. Some of them will not even start from call for proposal. Some will be request for proposal, like I've mentioned. Some will not even have any of those, right? But these are just ways that funders bring out a public request for organizations to submit tenders and to submit their project for it. Now, this proposal is this CFP is from the United Nations Development Program (UNDP). This is an international organization, and they are calling for reimagining Nigeria's plastic crisis through grassroots innovation. I made mention of this part in the previous lessons, lesson 2. Now, let's do a deep dive here. Now, this is grantdatabase.org. This is a platform for grants opportunities across Africa. All right. So here we have seen the title, and remember in the lesson 2, we talk about some of the major aspects to look at, how to read all of these things and where to look at and where not to look at in order not to waste your time. So now you will see that about the call for proposals, we see that this UNDP initiative under the Global Plastic Innovation Program seeks to identify and support early stage community rooted innovations. Now, in lesson 2, we talk about one of the words that funders like to use innovation, community rooted. Now, this community rooted means that this solution should be should be focused on the community. That means that the concept and everything should be adaptable to a particular community. Not that you will be in your office and come up with an idea that will not really match. Now, having understand about the proposal, now let's look at who can apply. Here, who can apply, we see they said there are three types of, oh, okay. The major set of people that can apply are registered non-profits, social enterprises that are based in Nigeria. You are getting it. Now, the grant details, the amount is it ranges from $10,000 to $20,000. The application deadline is by June 13, 2025. And the types of innovation that are supported, they want this type of innovation. Okay, now I want us to go to the actual call for proposal. This is from the UNDP website to do some analysis there. So here we are on the UNDP website. This is the actual place that they made this post by June 4. Now, they made an open call for proposals reimagining Nigerian plastic crisis through grassroots innovation. Now, it is very important for you to take note of the title. Like I've mentioned, if your project is about girls' education, there's no need for you applying for this type of grant because it does not match the topic, it does not even match what they are calling for. Now, we see the deadline for submission, we have seen this is June 13. So that means that you must be able to submit your proposal about your project before this time, right? On or before this time. So now, okay, and we are looking at this. Okay, it's very important also for you to know that they want this particular project is for early stage non-profit innovators. Now, the reason why you have to use grant database is that here at grant database, this thing is made for you, like everything is broken down for you to understand. From, we have about the call for proposal is broken down, who can apply. Now, on their site they put everything there. You have to do a lot of reading. So that means that as a grant writer, like I've mentioned, and I will always say, our work majorly is about understanding. 80% is understanding and 20% is the actual writing. So you want to pay attention to everything you can see on this page. You want to pay attention to everything you can see on this page. Yes, everything, like everything that you can see on this page. So now for this call for proposal, the early stage non-profit innovators 1, community based organizations 2, and social impact organizations 3, community based organizations tackling plastic pollution. So these are the types of organizations that can apply for this proposal, for this grant. So that means that if you do not have this type of this eligibility, now remember we talk about eligibility in lesson 2. Now, so there's nothing for you to go further if your organization cannot be found in this type. Now, this is not a grant for individuals, so that means that you can apply as an individual for this particular grant. You have to be either a non-profit, a community-based organization, a social part organization, community-based organization that is tackling plastic pollution. So now they talk about the problem here. Plastic pollution in Nigeria is not just an environmental issue; it's a systemic development challenge. Now, this where they talk about the food problem. Like if you look at from this place to this place, you have to pay attention to everything that they are talking about here to understand exactly the problem they are mapping. Now, all of this thing here is for you as an organization that fits into like this, for you to understand what is here. They talk about the problem of plastic, and they give data that with over 2.5 million tons of plastic waste generated annually, and less than 10% of it are effectively recycled. Now they go on further that at the same time, the plastic economy reimagined holds transformative potential. So earlier when we talk about common trends, we talk about the first one, which is climate action. Now this is something exactly on climate action. So if you have a project idea that is like something like this is a typical example of what we are talking about on climate action. All right, so going further, you still do some reading with the funding from government of the People's Republic of China and UN Peace and Development Trust Fund. The United Nations UNDP will support innovative solutions to address plastic pollution. This open call by GPIP seeks to support this grassroots. Okay, so this what this CFP, and they want to support organizations that can help solve this problem. Like, remember we talked about your proposal must fit into what the organization want to achieve, what they want to achieve. Here now, UNDP, what they want to achieve is they want a solution to plastic crisis. That is what they want to achieve. And they want an innovation, that is a solution that has not been in the market before or has not been scaled. And by grassroots, they mean a community-based solution. Community-based means that people in the community adopt that solution, right? Let's say you have community has a place where they keep their plastic waste, for example, is a grassroots, because almost everyone in the community adopt that solution, right? Not individual. All right. Now, in order for you to apply, applicants can focus on one innovation area or can propose multi-sector solutions, depending on you. All right. So here, for if you are going to apply, you are going to apply answering this question. Now, remember I said we have been establishing since that grant writing is 80% understanding and 20% writing. So this is where the writing comes in. Now, after you have taken your time to understand this CFP, you are going to research that is it the first time that these people are bringing out something like this? These are some of the things you do on the background. You are going to research that this particular call for proposal from UNDP, is this the first edition or they've been doing it before? You understand? And then if they've been doing it before, you want to research the type of projects that they have been sponsoring, that they've been accepted in the previous years. But if this is the first time they are doing that, you can just go on ahead, understand all of this before you start your writing. So they want to know who you are, name of organization, group or innovation, collective, where you are based in Nigeria, that is your local government and state. Are you a registered organization? You are going to provide details, your mission in one sentence, describe your team in 3 words, tell us your origin story. How did your team or group start? And you have to be very conversant with the number of words. Here they want a maximum of 150 words for you to tell them about your origin, right? And in this section too, they want you to share your boldest idea you are testing or dreaming up to address plastic waste, and which of these innovation best fit your solution? Material innovation, product design innovation, business model innovation, tech driven tech or data-driven innovation, governance or system innovation, innovative financing, e.g., secular credit, EPR, etc. So this is about, once you have determined that you are going to go to submit a proposal for this project, you are going to start answering this question. So and then number nine question is, um, who is your solution designed for? So they want you to be specific, not just youth or communities. Is very, very important. And then all the questions go like this. Now remember, here in section 3, they are talking about impact, inclusion, and potential. And they want to know how your solution work for women, how it include youth, how it include people with disabilities, how it include indigenous or underserved groups, and they want to know in 12 months what does it look like. So these are some of the things that they want to know, also on the timeline and all. So you can come to grantdatabase.org. You see this call for proposal, and then you can see all of these things I'm talking about. They will also want to know your track record or system. All right, so all of these things you have to. We are going to a part whereby we are going to be answering some of these questions, but here is first for you to understand what a CFP is all about, and we've been able to analyze this. So let's take on another CFP and do some analysis on it. Okay. All right, let's look at this llama impacts. Now, this is another CFP for African startups. Now, one thing I want you to know is that we have seen when we are looking at the previous one, when we are looking at this one, the eligibility is NGO or community-based organization. But here it's already stated for startup, Llama Impact Accelerator Program 2025 for African startups. So here they are asking for African startups that are leveraging AI to drive impact in healthcare, in education, agriculture, safety, or public services. So now this Llama Impact Accelerator is an initiative from Meta that is supporting innovative startups based in Nigeria, Kenya, Senegal, and South Africa with a core focus on integrating Meta's Llama AI models into real world solutions. All right, so the program timeline is going to, the deadline for this CFP is June 27, and accelerator is going to begin by August. Is a 6 month, 6 weeks accelerator. Then for 6 month post program support, which is going to be from October to March 2026. So what you will gain from, if you are accepted into this program, you will receive up to $25,000. The top performer we pitch up to $100,000, and then global visibility and a chance at the Llama Impact Global Grant. So technical training also for you, long-term support also. Now here at Grant Database, we've broken it down to country-specific focus areas: Nigeria, Kenya, Senegal, South Africa. So who can apply? So if you are going to apply for this grant, now this is eligibility, right? Who can apply, or if you see the word eligibility. To be eligible, applicants must meet the following: be based in Nigeria, Kenya. So if you have any products, right? If you have any products or a project idea that fit perfectly into what Meta is trying to do here, that fit perfectly into this, then you can apply for this. Yes, you look away when you look at the eligibility. You must have a working prototype of or MVP that demonstrates Lamar model potential. Be committed to in-person participation during the 6-week accelerator. Like, these are some of the eligibility that you must have. You must have a working prototype or MVP. You must be based in this country. So if you are not in any of these 4 countries, that means that you are not even eligible in the first place. All right. So I think that this is very, very important. I've shown you. Yes, we put a tip here. If you are going to apply for this, avoid jargon, keep your value proposition simple, user focused, and backed by early data. So let's check another CFP to see what they are talking about. Let's go to home. And I want to bring up a local or a local. Okay, we have a lot of them here. We have this is a now I want to show you this because this is a fellowship. This is what an individual person can apply for Commonwealth Startup Fellowship 2025. So, are you an innovative entrepreneur from a Commonwealth country looking to scale your startup? So, the Commonwealth Startup Fellowship is open for application. So now this for fellowship. Fellowship means individual application. So in this place now, individual can apply. Only individual can apply. So let's look at who can apply eligibility. So to apply, you must be a citizen or permanent resident or refugee in an eligible low or middle income Commonwealth country. For example, Nigeria can apply, hold a graduate degree and be fluent in English, not have participated in Commonwealth Professional Fellowship in the last 5 years, be available for the next 6 months. So um, these are part of the thing. If you fit into that, you can apply. I'm trying to bring up a local call for proposal by NDDC. So I just want to show you that. All right. I think we've covered like 3 call for proposals here. So we've covered 3, and let's look at what we have learned so far in this. What you have learned so far that funders don't just fund your ideas, they fund solutions that match their objective and use their language. So, in recapping of what we have learned so far in this lesson, is that CFP session and what to look for objective. In the objective, look for their why and what big problem they are solving. Eligibility, yes, I've spoken about this again and again. Are you the right type of organization, of person, of startup that can apply? Focus area, look at some buzzwords and clue to their deeper priorities. And in the evaluation, some of them will give evaluation, and in the budget we see most of them give budget. Okay, that okay, this is the amount of money that we are giving. The Google amount is $25,000, and there is option for $100,000, again depending on your performance in the accelerator. So now a pro tip I want to give you is that don't just fit in, you have to align. A great proposal does not just tick boxes, it feels like it was written for that funder and that opportunity. So proposals that feel custom made always stand out. It has to be custom made, and before you submit. So wrapping up, that brings us to the end of the module of this brings us to the end of the module, as we have seen, and a deep dive into how funders think and how to align your idea in their mission. So we've been able to cover in these 4 lessons how to go about CFPs, In the coming lessons, we are going to be doing a deeper dive into the actual writing of the proposal. And if you are new to this channel, I want you to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. Ask your question in the comments and any part that you don't understand very well, because funders also need to know why you are the best one to solve the problem they want to solve, just like we have seen in the UNDP open call for applications. So this video is brought to you by Gram Database. You can always check gramdatabase.org and to see new opportunities that match your idea. So yeah, see you in the next module. Thank you.